pink one.
So there's the shade. Honestly, it's about the same. I'll try to keep you in the shade as much as I can.
Hi.
We're entering the Artisan River Theater. We have concerts, we have plays at the outdoor venue.
Oh, okay. There we go, Mom.
The theater is divided by the river. On my left is seating, on my right is the stage. And it was featured in the film Miscongeniality. Today, we are celebrating the Diwali Festival of Light. The Diwali Festival is traditionally held in India. Coming up on my right is the Briscoe Art Museum. The Briscoe features artwork from the American West. On my right is a sculpture that is depicting a cattle crossing. The top floor of the Briscoe Museum is dedicated to the Battle of the Alamo. If you do not have time to go inside the museum, on my right is the entrance to the sculpture garden, which is free to the public. And in front of the boat is the Tower Life building. Completed in 1929, in front of the boat is the only 8-sided high-rise in America. There's the American flag. We're going under the Crescent Bridge. This bridge is very low. This bridge was built in the 1800s. You guys dressed up real nice. We're going to a wedding. On my right is Marriage Island. This is the real deal. People get married here.
Wow.
It's called Marriage Island?
200 small wedding ceremonies take place every year on Marriage Island, heart-shaped island. And in front of the boat is a bullet-shaped building. In front of the boat is the Bexar County Courthouse. Completed in 1897, the courthouse is still in use. That's the building in front of us. On my right are the boats that will be used for the Diwali festival. Musicians, singers, dancers will be put on the boats and they'll be driven around downtown. And on my left is the 8-sided high-rise. It is a Gothic building. Part of a Gothic building does include gargoyles. If we look above the top row of windows, on the corner, we will see stone dragons. Very top and on the corner, 3 stories down, there's another set. On my left is the Granada Retirement Home. On my right is the marina. On my right is where we park the boat. Again, the marina is going to be very busy as they prepare for the parade. When we got on the boat this afternoon, I said the water's 4 feet deep. Right now the water becomes 20 feet deep. We're in the flood channel. It's the deepest part of the river. It is the lowest point of the city. When it rains, the water from the street comes down to the river. And basically that's what the Riverwalk does. The Riverwalk was designed to protect the city from flooding. That's the main purpose. In front of the boat are the love locks, just like over the river set in Paris. People get married. They write their names, they write the date, and they throw the key in the river as a symbol of everlasting love. Selena Quintanilla was born south of here, near the Texas coast. She died tragically young back in the 1990s. How Selena, her music, her legacy has only become larger, more popular over the years. On my left was St. Mary's University. Today, this is the Omni Hotel. Back in the 1850s, the building on my left was home to the first college in the city. And on my right is Rita's. On my right is the Mocara Hotel. This is the old L. Frank Saddle Company. If you guys can do me a favor, this is actually kind of cool. You might enjoy this. So we're under Navarro Street, and if you look up high in the sky, and on my left, we will see an optical illusion. Again, high in the sky, and on my left-hand side, what looks what looks as if it could be a freestanding wall is the corner of the Nick's Hospital. The hospital was completed in 1930. Different parts of the Riverwalk were built at different times. During the tour this afternoon, we spent our time, for the most part, on the original section. It's not very loud. We might hear a little bit of squeaking on the boat. Those are bats. The bats that live on the river. They sleep all day, and they come out at night. over 12 million people did this in the San Antonio River. On a busy day, over 10,000 people take a boat trip. Now we see a lot of people walking around, you always have to be very careful. Nearly 100 people fall in the river every year, and that's about twice a week. Alcohol, texting's an issue. But this is it, from very humble beginnings. This is now typically what people think about when they talk about the San Antonio River. On my right, the oldest restaurant on the river. On my right is the most popular restaurant on the river. And again, this is really where things started here, with the buildings on my right-hand side.
Told you, that's where we ate.
In front of the boat is the Hilton. This hotel was built using modular construction. They made the beds, they put mints on the pillows, they stacked prefabricated rooms on top of each other. If you look directly in front of the boat, you see a bunch of boxes sticking out. These boxes are individual rooms. Even though this is a man-made section, 99% of the river is natural. The river is over 200 miles long. The river empties into the Gulf of Mexico. Pretty big. On my left is the Butterfly, part of an art gallery on the river that continues to expand. In front of the boat are two metal flowers. These are unveiled recently as well. It looks like the pink one's made from bicycle parts. Now coming up on my right is the Tower of the Americas. The tower on my right was the centerpiece for the World's Fair. In 1968, San Antonio, Texas, hosted the World's Fair. It was also known as the Hemisphere Exposition. Again, the building on my right was the centerpiece of this party. And in front of the boat is the Stargazer. This sculpture is 16 feet tall. This sculpture is made from volcanic rock. Known as the Stargazer, she is holding a star in her hand as she looks up into the sky. And on my left is St. Anthony. St. Anthony is the English version of San Antonio. Before the river was named after St. Anthony, this was known as the Yanaguana River. This is the San Antonio River. It has been for over 300 years. San Antonio is one of the oldest communities in the United States. And we're here at the mall. Food, fun, and fashion. The mall has it all. This man-made section opened 1988. See that island directly in front of us at 5 o'clock? There will be a concert here. The concerts are all free to the public. It starts at 5. Thanks. This area has often been the centerpiece for a river parade. About once a month we have parades on the river, depending on what's going on. On St. Patrick's Day, we dye the river green. The biggest parade of the year is held the day after Thanksgiving. We have a parade tonight for the Diwali festival. We had a parade last week. Last week was the Day of the Dead.
It's another wedding.
Here we see the backside of the Stargazer. Coming up on my right is St. Anthony. If you look to my right, St. Anthony is holding a baby. He is the patron saint of children. There he is. About once every 2 years, this part of the river is drained in order to do maintenance. It typically takes 1 hour to drain this area.
Oh, wow.
The downtown river is built as if it were a giant staircase. 2 miles north of here, the river is 9 feet high. 1 mile south of downtown, the river is 9 feet lower. We're in the middle. If you lower the southern floodgate, water will begin to rush out of downtown. On my right is the oldest German language church in South Texas. Last week they held a German mass, they had a German choir, they had a German sermon. Back in the mid-1800s, you would hear German in South Texas as much as you would hear English or Spanish. In front of the boat is Alamo Street. This is as close as we get. The Alamo is not on the river. The Alamo is open, the Alamo is free, the Alamo closes at 5:30 p.m. If you look directly in front of the boat, we are back at Casa Rio. You see under the door